Thanks, Pete. This is a classic hook echo, and we're looking at a supercell, and it's a single cell by itself. It's not a part of a line. So what we're looking at here is a classic hook, and that's where Pete was just talking about, where you're looking south of Chicago Heights and near South Chicago Heights, where you're seeing that rotation in that cell alone, and it's what we call a supercell thunderstorm. So if you look here, this is where I'm talking about. It's very classic when you're talking about meteorology and looking at these storms. Plus, you have the upper level winds blowing this rain out on the radar, so that's what you're seeing here all the way over towards 65 in Indiana. Hail with this, again, that rotation, and we're seeing quite a bit of rotation on this. Again, it's still just radar indicated, but we're watching it very closely. Look at this. This is our rotation detector, and it's strong just to the south and east of the Stager area, and it's going to be really just to the south of Sauk Village before you get to the Illinois and Indiana state line. So when this shows up, you can see that it's right where that hook is. So now we've seen the radar loop update. So if you look at it here, spots like Sauk Village, also down to the south of South Chicago Heights, that is going to be where we're concerned the most. So if you have any family and friends in this location, it is imperative that you let them know to get into a safe place right now. Not trying to scare you. That's not what we're trying to do here. But we know when we're looking at something like this that we more than likely have a situation where there's a tornado or one to be very soon. So again, not trying to scare you, but it's just over the Illinois and Indiana state lines. Let's put timing on this. 4:26 for Sauk Village, Linwood 4:29, Dyer 4:31, and Lansing 4:34. Again, the tornado warning currently is for Cook County into Lake County, Indiana until 5 o'clock in the evening. We're going to be with this. We have a very strong classic rotation here in this location, and this is where you're going to see if a tornado does drop, this is where it will be. So we're zoomed in really close here. You know, honestly, let's get in a little bit closer there, Joey, if you can, and so we can drop down here and be able to show exact roadways.
Okay.
Pete,
yeah, just wanted to bring you an update. The sirens have been going off in Joliet, and the National Weather Service is saying a tornado may be imminent with the storm cell you're showing right there, Kalee, because it continues to show, as we've been showing you. We've been showing you the hook develop even further since we've been showing it the last few minutes here. It is now a very pronounced hook, especially since it's on the end of that storm cell. So we're looking at that pendant forming, and they're looking at increased rotation aloft near Sauk Village, which is right in the middle of the map there, Kalee.
So when you have a thunderstorm like this, which is what we talked about a supercell, there's nothing stealing any of its energy. So it's feeding itself, and it can sustain itself and even intensify as it moves to the east. So that's why we're very concerned with this, because it's got a nice inflow notch here where you're seeing that hook, and it's only going to continue to feed itself. So please make sure, again, now Dyer, as you go toward Highland in northwest Indiana, I need you guys to get to your safe place right now. We do not want you to take any pictures. We do not want you to take any videos. You need to be getting into your basement, stay off the roadways, get out of the mobile home park. So this is our most imminent threat at this point. But I do want, for a second, Joey, if you could widen out, because we have several storms that have the ability to have rotation with them that we all have to be on guard. I don't want anyone to let their guard down right now. Tornado watch through 9 o'clock. Look at all these different storms. This is a favorable position for any of these storms that pop up to quickly intensify and see that rotation and to drop a tornado. So we have this severe thunderstorm warning for LaPorte County. We have this severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado warning as well. So you can see the blue lines and the red lines. This is the same storm system, but this area here in the tornado warning until 5 o'clock is what is the concern. Route 30 here, you can see Sauk Village, it's right on top of you right now. That inflow notch, this is where that rotation would be. So it's right on top of Sauk Village, and it's going to continue to make its way to the northeast. Let's update you. Munster, 4:35 p.m. Highland, 4:39. Hammond, we've got 4:39. Griffith, Indiana, Indiana at 4:41. So it is just about to cross over the Illinois and Indiana state line. And I wonder if we should get on the phone with some emergency managers here pretty soon to see what we've got going on in southern Cook County at this point. You could look here and widening it out, bigger picture. Again, we've got a couple more thunderstorms, Aurora, and then back over toward really DuPage County where there's a thunderstorm there. We've been watching this one right along Interstate 39 that there has been reports of a rotating wall cloud just to the south and west of our viewing area at this point. This is going to continue to move to the north and east. Here's Streeter, here's Lasalle County. This cell we have to watch very closely as well. It has a tornado warning on it, but it's out of our viewing area. So there's so much going on. It's a very active day. We're going to stay with you. We have team coverage. We have all the information you need to know. Plus, you have the app. Download the app because it's going to alert you no matter where you are of the tornado warnings that are going on, where they're at, where they're moving. You can track it from your fingertips as well. But here you go. We've got this tornado warning through 5 o'clock, Cook County into Lake County, Indiana. It's a very impressive hook echo, so we are very concerned about this right now. An update on the times, Lansing 4:35. Please make sure that you're getting into your safe place. Munster 4:36. Highland at about 4:40. Still only has a BTI of 3, but I mean, look at it. It's classic, Pete. This is classic.
Exactly, and you'll notice how that box moved just a little bit as we take a look at things.
Spotters are reporting a rapidly rotating wall cloud right where you're pointing right now with a possible tornado. That tornado would be on the ground near the Illinois-Indiana border. It's far southeastern Cook County, east of Sauk Village and just west of Dyer. So it's right there. It's right where our radar is nailing it right now with exactly where that rotation is, and that's where they're seeing a rotating wall cloud. When you see a wall cloud lowering and it starts to rotate, then it drops that tornado. And the spotters are saying, Pete, that there has been a tornado reported on the ground here. So if we look right here, we've got East Sauk Trail, Highway 30 right here. Here's some locations. It's going to be crossing. Here's the Illinois-Indiana state line right here. Here's Dyer. You're talking about Lake Street. Spots on Lake Street. Need to make sure you're taking cover. We're going to get in real close here because we've had such a confirmation at this point. I want you to know exactly where you are.
Of a wall cloud.
Okay.
Wall cloud.
Okay, so I'm trying to look at some of these roadways here, so bear with me. Keelman Street, I need you to take cover immediately. I need you to be in your safe place already at this point, but really, if you haven't taken it seriously at this point, do it now. Lake Street as well. If we could get Plum Creek, if you could get in your safe place. It's a very populated area here. Can we look? What's this road right here? Is that Hart Street? Hart Street is covered by Dyer. I think it is Hart Street. Joliet Street, I just want to get in real close so you know exactly. Illinois Street, those of you living there, this is where the rotation is, and it's going to be moving in your direction within minutes. So again, not trying to scare you, but now we've had a confirmation of a tornado with this storm, and it's right exactly where this hook echo is on this radar. Pete?
Okay, Kaylee, there is a confirmed tornado that was located east of Sauk Trail and the state line just west of Dyer, moving right toward the northeast. So we have confirmation of a tornado that is moving its way to the northeast at about 25 miles an hour. So exactly where you're pointing at, Kaylee. That's the rotation we're looking at.
We're looking at Matson Street. Those of you on Carnation Street need to be in your safe place. Darien Drive, also Chillin Drive. I'm just kind of going to throw these all out there because if you're not watching and you're just listening, Sheffield Avenue. Again, this is just to the north of the Dyer area. You need to get into the most interior room of your home, get out of a mobile home, get to a sturdy structure, stay as far away from any windows as you can. If you don't have a basement, I know a lot of kids when I go to school talks, they ask, well, where do I go? You can go into your closet, you can go into your bathtub, grab some pillows, grab some blankets, make sure that you have something to keep you safe from any debris, because debris is going to be what is the most dangerous in regards to the tornado. So those of you along the Illinois-Indiana state line, if you're just joining us, we have a tornado warning, Cook County and into Lake County, Indiana until 5 o'clock, but we have had spotter confirmation of a tornado that is now more than likely at this point moved over towards Sheffield Avenue, Harrison Avenue, Plum Creek as the radar had just updated, and it's nailing it with the position at this point in regards to what spotters are telling us. And it's really nice to have that spotter information on days like this, because then it lets us know, okay, it's not just radar indicated anymore. We are seeing this. All right, let's read out some of these other spots. 250 14th Street, just north of the Dyer area. Also, if we look here at Clark Road, you need to be in your safe place as well. It's very important at this point. We're gonna get you through this. Pete Sachs here. We have a whole team coverage at this point, but we do have a tornado confirmed now, crossed over into northwest Indiana. So it's now into northwest Indiana. And Pete, did we get an update in at this point?
So far, there haven't been any